Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Pickup Show. I am your host, Big Doc, co-host Al York from Al York Sportsman, coming at you. Episode number 13.
Yes, sir. On the 13th.
On the 13th. Episode number 13 on the 13th.
Lucky it wasn't on a Friday,
yeah,
right?
I'm about to say, but it's not Friday the 13th,
Right.
it is the 13th. So we got 13 in them. So that's this many for you public school kids. See, 10 and then a 3, all right? So we're in number 13. Just start the show off. Got some bad news today. Somebody that was very close to me as far as, coming up and whatnot. My first college coach, Coach Don Newman, passed away after fighting his battle with cancer. So it's kind of crazy that you look at mortality that way, and definitely want to send my condolences out to the Newman family, his daughters, his family all together, man. You never want to hear anything like that. So,
right.
It's just crazy. Life is crazy, man.
What years he coached you, Doc? Exactly
that was 93 to 96.
Okay, high school, right?
No, college.
College?
Yeah, that's when I was at Sac State. He was a college coach. So, all my brothers out there, Big Milk, Arthur Tate, A.B. Ramirez, Damone, Mike Boyd, all you guys, man, definitely stay tough, man. I know, like I said, this definitely touched a lot of us, and everybody from Arizona State, the San Antonio Spurs, the Washington Wizards, where he also coached. Everybody make sure that you send condolences out. Coach Blunt, I'm pretty sure you're taking this pretty hard. That was your road dog. So, definitely condolences out to the Newman family, man. You'll be missed, Coach Newman.
Rest in peace.
All right. God dang it. Nah, man. That really bothered me, man. So let's cheer up, man. We had some football show. We had some football this week. Week 1 is now in the books. We're now in week 2. As a matter of fact, we got a game going on right now. 28-14 at halftime. Cincinnati is up.
Yeah, Cincinnati's up. It was up 21-0 from what I understand.
Yeah. Well, no, it was 21-7, and then they scored.
No, but it went up 21-0.
Oh yeah,
21-7.
Yeah. So it's a game.
Carrot Top doing his thing, and he's doing it.
It's a game. It's a game.
Yeah,
so
Green got what, 2 touchdowns already?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they crushing them. They're crushing them over there. So see what happened. But
a good second half bet would be Baltimore. So
Baltimore, they're gonna come out swinging. They better.
Yeah, they're gonna come out.
They better.
They might not win, but they're gonna definitely come on,
Flacco, aka Falco. You better do something.
Lamar's right behind you, baby.
Yeah, looking. He chomping at the bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we did have some very good games from week 1. A lot of surprises.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you can start with the surprises before I let this off. You want to go to New Orleans?
Let's go to Orleans.
Yeah, because I lost that 10-point teaser and lost that.
Well, no. I had the same thing. I had the teaser, and I'm going to be perfectly honest. That game caught everybody off guard. I think the only
that was a money bet.
Yeah,
the books made their money off that bet.
Well, I agree, and a lot of people figured that was a solid bet.
Yeah.
There was no way that Tampa Bay was going to beat New Orleans in New Orleans, mind you.
When I got caught in that, man.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to know better.
Drew Brees and just that offense, and he has a normal, just nasty passing day, which he did. I mean, they put up 40.
Backup quarterback, Fitzpatrick.
Mm-hmm.
Has a Joe Montana type of day.
Yes, he did.
Not to mention, it was posted all week that New Orleans they lost their first 5 or their last 5 first games of the year.
Right.
So I'm a true believer. When they start posting that stuff, you go against that.
Yeah.
And all that didn't work. It went down, man.
Not this time, man.
Let me tell you something. They look good defensively. They look good offensively. Now I know they gave up those points, but a lot of those points came late.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, man. I mean, just like with any professional athlete, sometimes you just in the zone. The whole team was in the zone this game.
Yeah,
they could do nothing wrong. Yeah. From special teams, offense, defense, they could do nothing wrong.
But it was down 7-0 out the gate. So I really thought I was in good hands.
Yeah.
New Orleans, home, Drew Brees, et cetera, Kamara. And they got rocked, man.
But look, Fitzpatrick
417 passing yards.
He was Joe Montana, Tom Brady, John Elway, Peyton Manning,
and Michael
Warren
Vick.
Moon, Michael Vick,
You know Michael Vick?
Dan Marino, Dan Fouts, Terry Bradshaw,
Jim Plunkett.
He was all of them just wrapped up in one dude that game. Like, he'll never play that way again.
Yeah, I'm convinced. Before we go to the next subject, bet against them next game. They're playing the Eagles at home.
Yeah.
Champion Eagles. Eagles should be able to crush them.
Eagles aren't going to let that. They're not going to let that happen.
And plus, their defense is way better than New Orleans' defense anyways. You know what I'm saying?
So, betting man, take the Eagles with the points. I think the spread was like 1. I think they had.
No, it was minus. I think it's -3 Eagles.
-3?
Yeah, -3.
Take the Eagles with the points. The Eagles are not going to lose at home.
Okay, so where you want to go? To Ford Field or Lambeau Field next?
Let's go to Lambeau.
Okay, Lambeau Field. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt early during the game. They take him out the game. The Bears go up immediately, 17-zip. Khalil Mack had the best first half I ever seen in football, but he had a strip, a sack, an interception for a touchdown. Just got back of getting that huge contract, that $141 million. And what did he do? He showed out.
First half.
That's how you go earn that money. You go get that money.
He showed out the first half and ran out of gas in the second half. But, I mean, that's
I'm not going to blame him because what happened was, let me finish my story.
Okay, go ahead.
Aaron Rodgers left the game. Came back second half, but before he even got on the field, Bears marched down the field, kicked the field goal. Now they're up 20-0 early in the third quarter. Double check comes in. Everything changed up. Final score was 24-23 Packers. Aaron Rodgers led them 20 for 28, 286 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Your take on that, brother?
I am going to say that Mr. Discount Double Check definitely earned
best quarterback in the game. Best quarterback in the game.
There's nothing that you can say about that. You know, he goes down, goes into the locker room at halftime. They do the Mr. Miyagi. You know, and touch on his knee, you know, get him ready.
They ain't give him no edibles.
He comes back and has the second half of a lifetime. Like, lit him up. There was nothing.
You know what we missing out? He was there with a hurt leg.
Yeah, he was.
He couldn't put no pressure on his left leg.
Well, he's feeling it now. You know, he
might not even play next week.
He's gonna play.
They saying it's really
it's
on the
slim and
bubble.
none. But knowing Aaron Rodgers, he may sit this one out. And if I was Aaron Rodgers, I would sit this one out. Because you don't want to deal with that Minnesota defense.
That's why I'm thinking they're going to sit him down. Because if Minnesota get to hit him in that leg, that might be his season.
It's a wrap. Yeah,
so why McCarthy would chance that when he stole the game last week?
Yeah, he did.
So I figure, you know what? Sit Aaron, let him get better. You're going to lose one game, but you ain't going to lose your quarterback. But let me tell you right now, Minnesota going after that leg.
Oh, Minnesota just going after him, period.
No, but they're going to go after that leg, too.
Yeah. So if I were you, take Minnesota with the points in that game.
Yeah.
Take Minnesota with the points that game. With no Aaron Rodgers, or even if he does play with a non-mobile Aaron Rodgers, now he can't create, he can't get out of the pocket, he can't do what Aaron Rodgers does.
He's not going to scamper for 9 yards first down.
No.
That's out the window.
It's not going to work. So with that one though, but I will say that Aaron Rodgers had a damn good second half. I enjoyed watching that game. I was like kind of
that went from a boring game to like a great game, like 2 different halves, like.
But you know what I did see during that game?
What did you see?
I saw a lot of Raider fans like, oh my God. And then they were like, yeah, they lost. But then you got to think, man, like.
Raider fans or Bear fans?
Raider fans.
Why were the Raider fans?
Raider fans were sick because Khalil Mack had that first.
Oh, there you go.
They were sick.
Well, you got to say that. You kind of confused.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say Raider fans. Raider fans were sick because Khalil Mack had that great first half.
But that half was so good, it kind of made it a whole great game.
Well, it did because it was the first half. Unfortunately, there's 2 halves to a football game.
But let me tell you something that nobody really seen. When Randall Cobb caught that 12-yard, that he took it for 75 yards.
Khalil Mack caught up to him.
Khalil Mack was the only one behind him.
Yeah, he caught up to him.
Come on, dog. You got to give that dude love, bro.
I'm not saying
that alone right there. I know a lot of Raider fans seen that, and that's exactly what they needed in their game, which we're going to soon.
No. Let's
go right into it now?
Let's do that now.
Okay, we're going right to the black hole.
Right before break, just so you know. But yes, we're going there now.
We're going to the black hole in Oakland.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to say this. For all you Raider fans and whatnot, you guys are happy about the season. You got Gruden back, and now you see how Gruden is screwing over your team. He got rid of your best defensive player. But then, at the end of the game, you saw that. At the end of the game, when they were doing this press conference, one of the things they asked, like, well, what happened? We couldn't generate a pass rush. Really? You sent your pass rush to Chicago. That's on you.
Let me ask you something. Maybe the high brass told him not to get out there because listen, Gruden's not the one that signed paychecks.
No, he's not the one that signs paychecks, but at the same time, had he had talked to Khalil Mack,
I thought he should at least talk to him.
Yeah, had he had made some sort of effort to talk to that man.
Yeah, but maybe he was under order to not talk to him.
Come on, man.
You don't think that's possible?
No, because that's the same thing that made him leave in the first place. That's the same thing that made Gruden leave. So why would Gruden do the same thing to one person that made him leave?
It make no sense how he didn't call. How you not going to call your best defensive player when you the head coach, you coming into the organization?
It's the Raiders.
Oh, my gosh.
That's how they roll. So, with that being said, the Rams came out. You know, they kind of stumbled out of the gate, but then they found their groove and came out and murdered the Raiders.
What I like,
Todd Gurley,
before you go to that, Raiders came out strong.
They did.
I mean, they did. Carr got intercepted in the end zone. They could have had a 10-point lead.
Could have.
Right? Mm-hmm. They didn't get that, but they left the halftime with a 3-point lead. But what I felt happened, they were playing over their head and they ran out of gas. Because the second half, 23 unanswered.
Well, that's Todd Gurley happened.
Yep.
Todd Gurley happened. And then Golf
was on the money, but he had no rush, though.
Golf found his groove, Cooper Kupp, and everybody. So now what we have is the Raiders coming to Denver this Sunday. And I think that they're going to come out to try to prove a point. But what I'm going to tell you is take Denver with the points in Mile High. Because our defense...
Was it like 3 or 4?
It was 3 last time I checked.
Okay.
So the line may move. So
I think it's going to move probably off the 5.
So let's say we'll give you another one on Sunday. But right now, take Denver. But in a minute, we got a couple of special guests today. Trust and believe you're going to love what you see. Pickup show. We'll be right back in a minute. Don't go nowhere. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for being here again with us, man. Thanks for rocking with us. We definitely appreciate you being here. Don't we?
Of course we do.
Okay. Yeah, see? Al said it, so it is what it is. Here's where we're at with it today, though. We left off with the Raiders imploding and the Rams, like, really giving them the business.
Before we move on, are you impressed with the Rams, the way they played on Monday night?
I will say that I expected that.
Okay.
I expected that.
But I expected one half they really didn't play, the other half they exploded, kind of like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
They worn down. Like I said, the Raiders have beast mode. But as you can see,
plus they were amped up. Game 1, Chucky and all that.
Marshawn Lynch is not an early year player. Marshawn Lynch is more so your bad weather player, grind it out, things of that nature, because he doesn't go down.
You've seen that run.
He did. Right? No. I'm saying that's his thing. That's his style.
Right.
That's why I say he's more so geared towards the end of the season when the weather's bad, and you got to have somebody to do that.
Is he still beast mode to you?
No.
You think he lost a step?
No, he's not beast mode anymore. I think he has flashes of being that.
I agree with that.
I think he's where Adrian Peterson is now.
Oh wow.
Where he still has it, but he's going to show it, in flashes.
Every other game was.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
That's just what that is.
I got you. So where we going, to Ford Field?
Let's go. Let's travel on over
Pontiac, Michigan.
Detroit.
Ford Field. The Detroit Lions were favored -7 against the New York Jets. The game started. Jets received the ball. First play of the game, Sam Darnold throws a pick 6, and everybody on internet, social media will say, the Jets' horrible season already started. Sam Darnold ain't the truth. And all I can remember is after that moment, the Jets outscored them 48-10. Matthew Stafford had 4 picks.
No, 5.
I know I had him 1 and 4. I got it written down right. They probably had 5 as a unit because they bring in the other dude.
5. Yeah. Well,
yeah, they bring the other dude probably had another one. But 48-17 final score. I give a lot of credit to Todd Bowles. His game plan was sick. And Matthew Stafford didn't come to play. Either he didn't come to play.
Oh, no, he came to play, but he just got his butt kicked.
Yeah, because he looked like he just wasn't really in it. I'm not making excuses. It don't matter what he would have done. They would lose. They would lose.
Every time Sam Bradford turned around,
they was on him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Why are we saying Sam? Yeah,
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford, man. Look, I'm going to say it this way. I mean, in one of the plays where he got sacked, it looked horrible. Because he got sandwiched. Right. He had one dude coming from his back. He had another dude hit him in the stomach. They go to the ground. The dude that hit him in the stomach lands on him and kneed him in the stomach again. Like, you can see his face like, oh, my God.
Yeah,
like,
he was crying. He was crying.
It was all bad for Matthew Stafford that night.
Dog, this is what I don't understand. How you throw 3 picks directly to the defensive player? That's what had me thinking that he didn't bring his A game. It's either that or Todd Bowles just set up some New England type of defense where he had a man confused.
Todd Bowles.
So you get Bowles all the okay. You give Bowles all the credit.
He had his number. And much respect to Sam Darnold. Man, I told y'all that kid is for real. I mean, he came out. He threw his pick, and what everybody wants to know is, okay, how is he going to respond
after a punch?
Is he gonna come back and go into a shell? And he came out and he put in work.
Right.
He put that work in. Right. So y'all lay off of that kid. Let him play. He's gonna go through his lumps.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna. He's a rookie. But he showed me a lot.
Yeah, he did.
Throwing that pick right out the gate. And getting it back and led them directly into a touchdown.
Yeah, he did.
He touched the ball.
He showed a lot of voice.
Salute the son down on the Jets. Now, real quick, I know it's only game 1. You see a lot of good things for the Jets, of course, right?
I do. I think they are a sleeper team in the AFC.
Right.
I think they're definitely.
Would they compete
a lot of people
with New England
right now?
I'm not saying have a better record than them. Just at least be in the neighborhood.
I would say they're going to be fighting for second place in a AFC East.
Right.
I don't see them necessarily overtaking New England because let's be honest. That's still New England.
Yeah.
Right. And Belichick is great for scheming. Okay. So as Sam Darnold had that great game, Belichick was sitting in front of his TV like, all right, he's taking notes. He's seeing, okay, this is what he does well. This is what he doesn't do well. So Belichick is a genius at taking away what you do well, and he's going to force you to beat him the way you don't want to beat him. And if you do beat him that way, then good on you.
That his mindset don't remind you of somebody taking away what you do good.
What, Floyd Mayweather?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, now real quick, the Detroit Lions. I think they're going to underachieve. I'm not too impressed with Matt Patricia. I don't think he's a great coach.
It's still week 1.
No, I know that, but I seen Patricia in New England, and there was times where Belichick would take the playbook from him and take over the defense. So that's why I don't really believe him. But you're right, it's still week 1.
It's still week 1. Nobody saw Tampa Bay beating up New Orleans like that. Does that mean that New Orleans is going to underachieve? No, it's still week 1. But then again, we are talking about the Lions. We are talking about the Detroit Lions. I mean,
we're always underachieve.
Come on now.
All the talent in the world.
Hey.
Okay, now we're going to Big D. Big trouble in Big D. Dallas Cowboys, my team. Oh, man, we have a lot of issues, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know where to start at. I mean, our offense is horrible.
But, okay.
We got third-tier receivers as our number ones. Mm-hmm. And Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams, Allen Hurns, etc. Our defense, I like their defense, although we're going to lose Randy Gregory again because he relapsed in August. So by the fact of relapsing, he might get punished double the amount.
He relapsed into what?
Liquor. I think it was liquor and weed. I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's a little of both. They caught him. And the fact that they relapsed and they caught him, he already been suspended for almost like a year. So I'm figuring at least another year, right or wrong. So that's going to hurt their defense because he was coming off the end. He was actually better than Taco Charlton coming off the end. Yeah. And that's going to hurt us, but we still have a solid defense led by Sean Lee, etc.
But you don't have a secondary. Your secondary is crap.
Our secondary is half and half. Crap. I mean, they hold down Cam Newton last week. And that's saying a lot. Cam in Carolina, he only had 161 yards passing. Cam ain't a bum at home. I don't care what nobody says.
No.
Cam will light you up 300-400 yards at home. And the defense is what kept Dallas in that game. They only lost 16-8.
Well, the thing...
So you got to give their defense credit. And, Doc, another thing, Cowboys kept going 3 and out.
Listen.
So you got to give their defense
Al,
credit, man.
What I'm going to tell you, Al, and I really mean this.
Talk to me.
Dak Prescott has nobody to throw the ball to. Point blank period.
Tight ends is garbage too, man.
Well, I mean, but let's
Rico Gathers.
But let's be realistic. What did I tell you that was going to happen, as pertaining to Dallas? People know that they have no receivers. They have no receiving core. They don't respect your receivers, which means that they don't respect Dak Prescott's arm. They know where they're going. They're going to Ezekiel Elliott. So they're going to shut down your strong point. They're going to make Dak beat your team with his arm.
Right.
However, if he doesn't have anybody to throw to, he's not going to beat you. If you're throwing a subpar receivers, like I can go out there and play for Dallas right now, I'm not even in shape. So with that being said, with Dak not
but I know what you're trying to say.
With Dak not having someone to actually throw the ball to, is really just
almost impossible.
Yeah, I mean, you guys let go of Dez Bryant. Y'all need to be calling that cat back.
I'd rather not go that route. He's too much of a headache, man.
You know what? That's just pride talk.
Too much of a headache.
Let's be real about it.
That's like telling you to go back to your ex-wife that y'all always fighting all the time. Why would I recommend that?
Al,
I mean, there's other people out there, man.
Al, I fight with you when I'm still here.
There's other people there, man. You mean I'm still here? Say it correct.
Yeah, no, you still here. I fight with you all the time. So with that being said, why not go and get Dak Prescott? I mean, Dak Prescott. Why not go get Dez Bryant?
I want to do it.
Why not go get a receiver?
Okay,
period.
Say that.
Go get any receiver. You have a lot of receivers that got cut that are looking for work. That are top tier receivers, and you guys aren't going to go get them. So basically, you're making your team suffer.
And look at another thing that happened to Dak Prescott. I think he's like working out too much because he looks stiff as hell, bro. Like he can't even run away from a lineman no more. I seen linemen snatching him up about three times. He let linemen catch him.
When in his first year, running like 4 or 5 40s.
I understand that, but then when he came in the league, though, that was not happening. Once he had an avenue, that could get you 10, 12 yards. That's out of his game. So that's also hurting us.
Dude, look. I mean, that's
also hurting us. Remember, I follow the Cowboys.
Let's.
So I know a little more than the average.
Let's look at this. Let's look at it this way. Denver actually played Seattle this last week, right? One of the things that Seattle does well, or what Russell Wilson does well, is escape. Once they break the line, Russell Wilson escapes. He's very, very good at it. Extending plays. Von Miller was on Russell Wilson so bad, but what a lot of people don't see, or what they didn't see, is Bradley Chubb. Chubb was there too. There was a time where Chubb broke the line. Russell saw. He turned to spin away, but when he turned to spin away, he ran right into Von Miller.
He started that dog walk on the grass.
Yeah.
I know you're saying that.
With Dak Prescott, your line is not what it used to be. Your line isn't that.
They injured.
Right.
They got
with that being said,
I think
you have
Tavon Smith.
So at that point, you have people that are indeed breaking the line. So it's not that he can't get away from him. You just can't get away all the time. With that being said, if you want him to be able to escape, give him a lane. They don't give him any lanes.
No, Doc, I know what you're saying, but what I'm telling you, you know how you could determine when somebody lost a step? I can determine that also. He lost a step. And not because he's old, because I think he's in the gym. Yo, his legs look there. He look like he gained weight. He just looks stiff, man.
He's lost a step.
Yeah, he ain't.
The dude is like, how old is Dak Prescott? Isn't he like in his second, third year?
No, you're not understanding. I'm not saying he lost a step because he's older. I'm not saying that. I just think he's in the gym too much, working his legs. And instead of losing weight, becoming more mobile. You know what I'm talking about. I know you met cats before that be like this and they working out all wrong. And you're like, yo, what are you doing? You ain't even working out right.
He's not like that, man.
I'm telling you, man. I watch him. He's not as mobile, dog.
I don't see that.
You don't have to see that.
I just see that he doesn't have a
Listen,
line, man.
just like when I talk about Denver, what do you tell me? You know about them.
I'm not going to argue with you.
I know about the Cowboys.
Okay, well, then you know that they suck. But either way.
Exactly. I admit it, though. You never admit it when your team suck.
I'm not worried about you, man. What I will say is, if you want to improve what's going on in Dallas, then you're going to have to get him a receiver. You're going to have to give him somebody to throw the ball to, and right now he does not have that.
Couple of guys.
You have Ezekiel Elliott, but everybody's watching him. And then what they did was they put that spy in the middle of the field. So now they're spying him because they know he doesn't have anybody to run to. He doesn't have anybody to throw to. So with that being said, it's a wrap. Until they get somebody for Dak Prescott to throw the ball to, i.e.,
it's more than that. They got to get the offensive line back.
A number one receiver and a tight end. He needs to have somebody to throw the ball to. You can even release Ezekiel Elliott out the backfield once you have that. But until
I never thought I'd miss Jason Witten so much, bro.
Of course you would. But without a viable passing game, everything falls on Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
And
he only had 15 touches, but I tell people they had to do that because they were zeroing up. They were zeroing on him too much.
They already knew what it was.
So they have to decoy him because they all already coming up. Once he go like this, them linebackers are shooting in.
Yep.
So they couldn't just give him the rocket. He wouldn't have gone nowhere.
It is what it is out there in Dallas, man. Jerry, man, get out of that and get somebody to throw the ball to. Get somebody for
You don't
that.
understand. You got all this money. You got salary cap room. And you can't get a decent receiver.
Oh, well. So, hey, don't go nowhere. I guess coming back.
We got more fire for y'all, man.
It's all work.
Got my man Big D coming through, man. You go anywhere, you miss Big D. Remember that. Pickup show.
On the pickup show, man. Don't go nowhere.
You love being me, this guy.
Hey, welcome back to the pickup show. Hopefully you guys, you got your beverages and your popcorn and whatever else that you have in front of you. Here we go with this again. I'm Big Doc, my co-host over here, Al York, and this man sitting in the middle. Now, some of you may not know him, but you're going to definitely know him by the time we're done. This is Mr. Josh Williams, number 90, Chevy car, NASCAR. This man drives for a living. I will never get in the car with him because he drives too freaking fast. But that's just what that is. Josh, man, welcome to the pickup show.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right.
It means a lot. Thanks.
Coming through, brother.
So, Al, I'm gonna let Al run it off because the list of questions I got for you might throw you off a little bit. All right.
No,
go. Man, go. Just go. Ask that man some questions.
I'm gonna be.
Oh, before you do, I really just wanted to do that for no particular reason, but to have you start and then stop you. Don't mind me, but tell them about yourself before we get to drilling you. Tell them about yourself, Mr. Josh.
Josh Williams, born in Florida. I live in North Carolina now. I've raced all my life. Started racing when I was 4.5 years old.
Nice.
Is that right?
Yeah, haven't stopped since. I played normal sports, growing up, but it's just boring, slow pace. So I just had to get out and just stuck with racing. And that's what I plan to do for a long time.
What were you driving at 4.5 years old?
Go-kart. Driving go-karts.
You were in a go-kart at 4.5 years old?
They actually, my dad and one of his good buddies built me a custom go-kart when I was 2.5 with a 5-horsepower Briggs motor on it.
Wow.
Why would you have horsepower in, you know what? Okay, that's Florida, North Carolina. Okay. Al, go ahead, man.
That's called born into the game.
That's called you're not doing that in South Central LA.
No.
You will get hit by a car. But go ahead, Al. Man.
Yeah, basically you answered my first question. I was going to ask you how long you've been doing this for. So you know what? Answer it anyway, because you just said you've been starting at 4.5 years old.
Yep.
But how long you been doing this gig for?
It'd be 11 years. I just turned 25. So.
Nice.
Oh, so 11 years strong?
Yeah, August.
Okay, and you love everything about it, right?
Love it all. Some of it. I mean, sometimes you hate it, but you still love it.
Well, is this something that you want to do for the rest of your life?
That's the plan. I mean, that's the goal is, a lot of drivers' goals to make it to the Cup Series. And, that's my goal. And we're going to give it all we got until we either can't anymore or,
right.
So somebody tells you no.
You a big fan of Richard Petty?
Yeah. I like Richard Petty. A lot of history.
Right.
Good guy, real good people person, things like that. So,
right.
So he's a good dude.
That's good to hear. I got something else for you. Who's your idol, Josh, in the racing game? And then I want you to answer who's your idol in sports, period. We're going to start with the racing game. Who's your idol in the racing game?
I would say Dale Earnhardt has always been my.
That's the name I always hear.
Wait,
Yeah.
senior or junior?
Senior.
Okay.
The real driver. Senior.
Oh, ooh.
But
Shots fired.
but yeah, he's always been my idol. The way he drives, the way he carries himself on and off the racetrack. So that's I've modeled a little bit of my driving style like him. So it's he's always been the dude that I've looked up to.
Okay. Right. And who's your idol in life, period, out of the racing game, if there's one?
I would say both of my parents.
Nice.
No, okay.
Just,
Nice.
for the simple
I didn't
fact-
mean in sports, though, but you can say that those are your idol. But
sports-
you have an idol in sports? Like mine's is Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard.
I'd probably still say Dale's even my idol.
Okay. That's good enough.
I kind of like the parents.
Yeah.
I did. I like that.
Hey,
You know,
it's they've never gave up on me, and they've taught me a lot over the years.
right.
So.
I mean, and without a good foundation, man, you kind of lose your way. You
Right.
know, so
100%.
having good parents and having good people around you definitely keeps you humble.
Well, now you know why I've been lost for a while. I never met my pops before, so it starts off. You know what I mean?
You're not about to start crying, are
Nah.
you? Are we about to go into
You know
like
what?
a Al
I'm
York?
gonna
You
meet
know,
without him. Then I'm gonna go visit him after that.
Okay, so now that we got that out the way, so my thing is, okay, you've been racing for a long time, but what made you actually say, you know what, I want to be competitive with it? Like, I actually want to get into this. So how did you actually get your start as far as racing goes?
I guess just the it's a different feeling strapping in a race car, and it's adrenaline rush. There's a lot going on. A lot of people are like, oh, well, you just sit in a car and drive in circles. I mean, yeah, we do, but there's also 39 other guys. We're doing 200 miles an hour. We're inches apart. You got to think about strategy. Things like that. It's a big game. People don't see the insides of it unless they get the opportunity.
Right now that was another question.
I wouldn't expect that.
Because the NASCAR, the race itself is 500 miles, is it? If I'm not mistaken.
Well, a lot of them are different lengths. I think this one's 200 or 300. I think it's 300 miles.
300 miles? Okay. So within that 200 or 300 miles, you're in there, you're racing, you're doing your thing, you're doing your pits and all that good stuff. What happens when you got to use the bathroom, dude? Like, that's a long time to be sitting in the car. You got to pee, and you can't get out. You strapped in. So what happens?
That's the number one question I get. Number one.
All right, I'm listening.
Most of the time, you just forget about it. Like, it just goes away.
Uh-huh.
I'm 100% just goes away. Now, if you have a red flag where you got to stop, it comes back. It all comes back, and you just got to focus and just don't worry about it. But once you get going, it just goes away.
So you don't pee your suit?
Do not. Some drivers do. Some drivers do.
No, but I'm pretty sure like they mastered doing it before the race.
Oh yeah, always.
I mean, you got to know when you're doing this for years. You just got to know how to go about that.
Well, I mean,
But emergencies can happen too.
well, no, I'm just saying.
Emergencies
I mean,
can happen.
because I've had it to where when I'm coming home from work, and I should have peed at work, but I didn't pee at work.
See, he
So
does
now-
that pee though.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, he
Sometimes
does
they even
that
pee, but the pee, you may not be done, and the pee may be coming back for you. So you like halfway home, and that pee come back and be like, hey, I'm back, punk. And you sitting at the light like, oh my god,
Because you dying to get out of work. That's the whole thing. That's
well,
why
I'm just saying. I mean, have you ever had that moment when you was in the car and you like trying to drive and you doing the leg wiggle?
I mean, a little bit. Something you do get that, but like I said, it just there's so much going on, you kind of forget about it. But like if you got the AC on, the radio going, you're driving down the road, it's like, man, I got to pee, but you got options. So we don't have options.
They drive at 200-300 miles per hour. They ain't thinking about nothing but driving, man. All that other stuff go out the window, man. I'm telling you, man.
Right.
Now I got a question for him, Doc. Now I know being a great race driver takes a lot of skills, etc. But if you have to give me a percentage of how important a pit crew is, what percentage will you give me on that? Because I heard they're very important.
Oh yeah,
As much as the driver.
Let him answer.
I want to hear you.
definitely. A pit crew could make or break you, especially if you're running up front. You're running in the top 5 spots. You got a late caution with 20 laps to go.
Right.
You need to gain. You need to gain, or you need to maintain. So I would think, I'm going to call it over 50%. I'm gonna
Oh,
say
wow.
I'm gonna say it's over 50%.
Wow, I thought 50 was best.
Well, I mean, you got the driver's got to give his,
Right.
You know what I mean. The crew chief's got to give his, but the pit crew. I mean, you got to figure we're coming down pit road probably 3 or 4 times
Right.
during a race. So, I mean, you could say you're running 15th, you lose 5 spots. So now we're 20th. We got to get back to 15th. Well, you got to use up your equipment to get there.
Right.
So if your pit crew gets you back out 15th, you got the opportunity to pass 5 more cars to get to 10th.
Right.
So
Now,
you
there's
don't
a
have to make
boss
that
in the
up.
pit crew, right?
Yeah, we call him the crew chief,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Joe Gibbs, was he a crew chief?
team owner.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep, team
See, I'm
owner.
learning this stuff. It's fun.
Yep, Joe Gibbs Racing.
Okay, it's fun. It's fun.
Now, you drive the number 90 car.
Yes.
Is the number 90 some of significance, or is this a number that they gave you? Is it a number you picked?
It's pretty much the number stays with the team.
Okay.
So that's just the number that they've had over the years. So that's a number that I get to drive.
Now, if you could pick a number, what number would you pick?
Probably 6.
6?
Yep.
So like Dr. J? I mean, I'm just saying.
That's been my number for years. You know, in lower level series up until the point you get to NASCAR, you don't quite get to pick your number. So.
You say they pick you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, one of the things you said, you're from Florida, but you were, living in North Carolina. So being that you're from Florida, Seminoles, Gators, Canes. Talk to them.
Would you respect my answer if I told you that I really don't watch sports?
I would respect it. I'd probably want to stab you in the neck with something, but I'd respect
So,
it
you know what it
personally.
is? On a pickup show, you just got to give him something. Even if it's not.
Well, no. If it's not something that he watches, I mean, because one of the things is he's into the wheel. He's into the wheel. So a lot of the things that they do, man, they it takes a lot because you guys are traveling pretty fast.
Oh yeah.
What was your first experience when you actually got into the car, knowing that there were 20, 30 other people, in these same type cars, and as soon as they start those engines and you can hear it, like just the loud and the roar.
Yeah, that first big race.
Does that go away as you're driving, or does the roar still stay?
It does go away. I would say, the first few races I ran in the ARCA series when I was 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
Racing against a bunch of good drivers, good solid drivers that's had experience and things like that. And you're the new guy, and it's a big series. There's television, things like that. You get a little nervous at the beginning, but now it's just like you get in, you're like, all right, here we go. You're focused more and things like that. But it's definitely you do get butterflies. But I'd say when I was younger, it was a lot worse.
It's easy now, right?
Yeah, now
it's kind of how when me and him do the show now. It's easy. We used to get butterflies. I mean, I can't speak for him, but now it's just easy.
Yeah, well, it's you're used to it. It's familiar.
Right.
It's something you just gotta keep rolling with. So it's kind of same concept.
Okay. I got one more question for you. Then I'll give it to him. What's the biggest name you ever raced against?
I raced against Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch.
Nice.
A lot of the big guys.
Right.
So,
if I heard of them names, these are some names.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everybody knows the Kyle Busch and things.
Yeah, Busch, I definitely heard of Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good or bad, somebody's heard about him.
Fair enough. Now, one of the things that I do see about NASCAR drivers is either you guys are close, like you guys are cool with each other, or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want 2 names. Oh yeah, we started. Who was a driver that you say, you know what? Every time I see him, I shake his hand. And then who's a driver that you see who was like, every time I see him, I'm gonna punch this dude in his nose. Yeah. Come on with it.
I'm pretty good friends with Chris Buescher in the Cup Series.
Okay.
We grew up racing together, Legends cars and stuff like that.
Nice.
But I used to be really good friends with Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace. Okay.
Yeah, really good friends
man.
with him.
Right.
But now you don't even talk to him anymore.
So Bubba Wallace is the one you want to punch in the face.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to punch him in the face. I just feel like he's irrelevant at this point.
Right.
Bubba.
Listen to my man.
How come you don't talk to my man no more, Bubba? You think you too good, Bubba? Is that what it is?
I think he's mad because he's elevated. That's probably what it is.
Bubba, Forrest Gump loved you, Bubba. He was your friend. You died in the movie.
Classic.
Wait, that was a bad one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, let's move on.
He'll get over it.
Now,
fair enough.
Josh, real fast.
I gotta say,
I don't watch racing a lot, But there's plenty times I've seen guys fighting like they want to kill each other. Explain to me what's that about? I know it has to do with cutting each other off. But is that stuff done purposely, you think? Because the way they fight, and it seems like it was done purposely. Because an accident, you wouldn't fight like that.
Right.
But you on the inside of it. Explain to the viewers your intake on that. Because I'm lost.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you've made it to this level, you should have the ability to control your equipment. So you do get those guys who do stuff on purpose. I mean, they'll spin you out, put you in a wall, whatever they got to do. And
really, they do that on purpose?
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
this is
car racing.
May or may not have done it myself.
But this ain't basketball where you elbow a dude, or baseball, you throw him a baseball. You can kill a guy just by cutting him off, just like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And this is why I will never go into car racing. But I will tell you, being that you race cars, this is what you do for a living. How do you drive on the street on just a normal day?
That's a good question.
Do you find it hard to transition from going from 200 miles an hour to a school zone?
A lot of the times after the race, like if I have to drive, airport or drive all the way home from a race, you get on the interstate and you're rolling past people. You're like, man, why is it? And you look down and you're doing like 90. You're like, all right, I got to back it down. But, during the week and things like that, it's not so bad. And, I'm pretty mellow unless we get in traffic. Like here, traffic it's not too bad. It's not like New York style traffic. But I like to have
it's
fun.
It's getting like that over here a little bit.
I like to have fun with people because the experience level is like somewhere down there. So it's fun to play with people. They get upset.
Yeah.
But,
so it's fair to say you get a lot of road rage.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm always in road rage. I'm always in road rage. Yeah, I'm always in road rage.
You can't draft in traffic, man. Like, come on, dude.
I mean, you can.
No, I mean, come on, man. You see a soccer mom vehicle. You gonna draft a soccer mom?
No.
Is that what's going on, man?
Unless they cut me off. Unless they cut me off. Can't be cut.
But no. What's one thing that you would like for our viewers and the people that are now getting to know you? What would you like for them to know about you?
That I'm a real racer. I'm a real person. I work on my own stuff. I've drove my own cars to the racetrack. I've built them during the week. I've crew chiefed my own car at the racetrack before.
Nice.
I mean, I'm like I always tell people I definitely grew up in the wrong era. Like I should have been like with the Richard Petty's and the Earnhards.
Gotcha.
Like that's my style of racing. So I'm like the old
you cut from their cloth.
Right, pretty much.
Okay.
I've always, my dad's always been like, look, if you can't build it on your own and you can't do it on your own, stop. So
Okay.
I mean, that's, I've always been forced to do my own stuff. And
Gotcha. Old school mentality.
yeah,
man.
old school mentality.
That's
and,
all right, man.
I'm not I call them suitcase drivers. They roll in, they got their helmet in their bag, they get in the car, they wreck it, they write a check, they go home.
Right,
That's not me.
right.
That's not how I.
Wait, you have to write a check if you wreck the car?
I mean, you got to pay to play.
Wow. Man, that's crazy.
You got to pay to play.
My next question. Says you like barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, he gonna get you with this.
Okay, so here we go with the barbecue.
All right.
Now, we have 3 types of barbecuers.
Yep.
We have gas people, which we there already.
Yep.
We got sweet meat and we got spicy. Where are you at? Sweet meat or spicy?
Probably sweet and somewhere in between.
Sweet and somewhere in between. See, I don't like sauce on the ribs.
No.
It's just me, man. I mean, and
Yep.
I like to actually taste the flavor. of the meat.
Yep. I'd rather have a dry rub than barbecue sauce. Perfect.
this
Look
is-
at that.
You know what?
He
This is
likes
my man
red
here.
snapper.
You know what? He's kind of a weird one. You know what I'm saying? He don't necessarily know food like we know food.
Right.
I'll play the eating part.
Right.
I'm not the creator. I'm more of the eater.
He'll kill a burrito. He'll kill a
what I'm
burrito. Like he put out a video.
Now, I got a wife for that.
Yeah.
But he see it like he want to cook for his wife. Like, I got a wife to cook for me. Like,
Hey.
but it's a new era. I'm not blaming them. Guys is cooking. Women's is playing basketball now. Women's is boxing.
Yep.
So it's like an even kill thing. But you know what? I'm like you. I'm a throwback.
Yep.
My pops, my step pops, and I never met my real pops.
Right.
My mom's always cooked for him. So I'm brought up on that. If I'm wrong, then let me be wrong.
I mean, I don't think it's wrong. I think everybody's got their own opinion.
You know what I'm saying?
Number 1, Al eats out at a casino or some kind of restaurant at least about 27 times a week.
Don't, man. Twice a week.
I've yet to see this.
Twice a week. Man.
I've yet to see this man eat a home cooked meal. I know you know about home cooked meals.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know, I know
right.
that's one of the great things there. I mean, he did. My partner, he did a video today. It was either today or yesterday, but he posted it today, and he had a burrito, and the way he looked at this burrito,
Oh yeah.
you would think Halle Berry was in his hands, and he was ready.
Man.
Like, you know what? Me and Halle about to get it on. Like the look of lust for this burrito
Oh yeah.
that he had.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean,
See, he don't know the trick. See, I do it a little extra so I can pull in them viewers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I gotta make it look more sexy than what it is. But he don't know that yet. He's learning. You know, he's learning. But
what's your sexy food, man?
Sexy food.
What's your sexy food?
That's a tough question. Sexy food.
I mean, I'm not asking if you run around butt naked slathered in barbecue sauce. I'm just saying, what's your sexy food?
I said a nice T-bone steak, well done.
Well done.
Some asparagus.
Who eats a steak well done?
Al York Sports. That's who eats that. I love a T-bone steak, well done,
Really?
marinated with asparagus,
Oh,
mashed potatoes.
all right, bone-in filet, medium rare.
You guys like the medium stuff? I don't like the blood dripping and all that.
Yeah, well,
Don't eat steak. You just hamburger. If you're gonna get it well done, just eat a hamburger.
yeah, you chewing on a boot.
I can't. No, I get the expensive steak. You know, $30, $40 one, not the $5, $8 one they got in Tuscany and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
They give you a hockey puck.
So
over there. We call that a
basically
hockey
he
puck.
gets an expensive steak and then he ruins it.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what he's doing.
Yeah.
So what y'all telling me? The way to eat a steak is rare.
Medium.
Medium.
Yeah, medium.
I can't do the blood though, fam.
Just don't look at it.
He said,
Fair enough.
Don't pretend it's a burrito. Just don't look at it.
But
"That's
still-
Josh Williams, guys.
but
Josh
still,
Williams."
What's your sexy food? You didn't give me that. What's your sexy food, man?
Probably brisket.
Brisket?
I like brisket.
Man, you my favorite friend already. You know what? I'm not a big NASCAR guy. You know, like I said, I grew up in South Central, man. So that wasn't something that was prevalent with us. We knew who certain people were, of course, but we never actually got into watching it. I know, with the drafting and things of that nature that you guys do, like that is an art form that you guys do.
Right.
To be able to control that vehicle at that highest speed, I mean, you always have your accidents. Somebody's going to crash. Hopefully, I always pray that anytime you guys get for a race, I pray that everybody finishes, point blank, period.
Yeah.
But I salute you guys. Man. That's very cool what you guys do. I mean, I'm jealous because I can't fit in the car and you guys can. That's, I'm tall and I'm fat. NASCAR is not built for tall, fat people. That's just what it is.
It's tough love.
But
He said, "Tough love."
what's one of the hardest things? I know you got to get your rest, but what's one of the hardest things about trying to basically get to the top of NASCAR? I know sponsorship is one thing that's very important. What's one of the hardest things that you find right now? Not just the racing, but just the side that people don't see, trying to actually get there.
I think, you said it. You said it. Sponsorship, partners, finding the right company or companies or people that believe in you and believe in the brand that you've created, the things that you do on and off the racetrack.
Okay.
That's the toughest thing. The price of motorsports has grown so high that if you don't have the money, you've got to stay with the low level teams, things like that, and hopefully you run into somebody someday that says, "Hey, let's try this. Here let's see what happens. Take my company, my brand. Let's try to make something of it." And you see a lot of that loyalty, like Lowe's with Jimmy Johnson. They've been together for 20 years or however long it's been. Mm-hmm. That's what you need to try to find, and it's getting harder and harder to find that. But we're not going to give up on it.
Right.
We're going to keep kicking rocks over till we find the right one.
And I might be saying the name wrong. I'm gonna give it a shot. Is it Danica Patrick?
Yeah.
She bring a lot to the game, right?
It's different.
Because I've seen them racing against men. Like,
yep, 100%.
Wow.
Yep.
That must have boosted your sport to like a whole other level right there.
It definitely made a difference. It brought something different to the sport that people weren't used to or wasn't familiar. And
I watched it when I said female. I just watched the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
and she was competing. She didn't win that day, but she was literally within 10-car radius, which is competing.
Yep. No, 100%. There's a lot of different females that's actually started to drive, just because of her. So
she cracked that open though, right?
Yep. 100%,
wow. 100%. You know who she's with, by the way, right?
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
I don't know his name, but I know he's a football player.
Aaron Rodgers.
That guy.
Don't never forget that. Double check. Aaron Rodgers.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Great. One of the best.
Yeah, he is.
You know why she made a great decision with that? Because he's like the best quarterback right now.
Oh, it was definitely a good call, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, look, man, we don't want to keep you, man, because we know you got to get your rest. You got to get a lot of stuff that you need to do. But we definitely appreciate you stopping in. Just know anytime that you're in Las Vegas that you definitely have a home. Come on, stop on through. Come say hi. I don't know if you drink beer.
Not so much.
Do you drink Shirley's Temples? Everybody drinks Shirley's Temple.
Not me.
That's just Sprite and grenadine.
Yeah, why not?
I don't drink
All right, so next time you come in, we'll have a Shirley's Temple.
Done.
So good. With some barbecue or brisket.
That's right.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you,
All right,
guys.
man. This is the Pickup Show, man, with Josh Williams right here, number 90, baby. Check him out. NASCAR, Saturday.
2 p.m.
We ain't lying.
Be there.
Pickup Show.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the Pickup Show. Big Doc, my man, Al York Sports, man. Thank you for rocking with us, man. We're about to close it out, but we're not going to leave you without talking about something that's very important that's going on right now, and it's the whole Serina Williams thing that people are, I can't say necessarily have mixed emotions about it, but I can see
I agree with that.
where people are, I think, really blowing it out of proportion. Stephen A. Smith, there are certain times to speak and there are certain times to shut up. Right now is the time to shut up. Like
what he said, I'm done.
No, just basically saying that, it's Serena's fault and all this other nonsense. Like, dude, you know what? Stephen A., outside of your hairline being jacked up the way it is, dude, like sometimes you spew such stupidity out of your mouth, man. Yeah, man. Like, shut up, dude. Like, for real, man.
He's just too confident for no reason.
Well,
he's not hood. He's a reverend of sports.
Man, look.
He's like Jesse Jackson. You ain't hood, Stephen A. I'm down to run into you.
Whether he's hood or not, that has
absolutely. But he be acting hood. That's what I'm saying.
And he's one of your people, man. He's from New York. He's one of them.
He ain't one of my people.
People.
He ain't been through nothing.
You don't know what he's been through, man.
I heard his whole story. He had a bunch of sisters. They carried him around. He ain't been through nothing again. Serena Williams, $17,000. They fined her. Do you think that fine was justified? Like, you think was it a good fine? Something that had to be done?
No. Basically, what I say is until you find the McEnroes and everybody else that actually went off on referees before, nobody ever fined them dudes. You know what I'm saying?
I told you it was coming, though, remember?
Well, no, you did. And I told you, like, man, you were right. They did fine her, and they shouldn't have. But now what they're talking about is the referees boycotting Serena Williams matches.
Oh, wow.
So you mean to tell me that you guys get upset? You guys get upset about Kaepernick kneeling, but you're going to be okay with a referee boycotting a match, a person's match, not the whole tournament, just this one individual? You mean to tell me that? You think that's okay? You can't walk the line. You can't straddle the fence in this one.
Does her call by Serena calling him a thief has anything to do with it?
Those
or referees, beyond that?
Man, those referees have been called worse.
No, I know that. I'm saying in her situation.
Listen, when you are considered the greatest at what you do, when you are considered to be like basically the dominant force in what you do, people are going to do everything they can to knock you off. People are scared of Serena. But not only are they scared of Serena, they scared of what Serena is. It goes beyond tennis as far as that goes. It goes beyond tennis.
Yeah, I can see what
they're scared of the little black girl from Compton that has grown to be a beautiful woman, strong as hell in tennis, a strong mother, beat all the competition, including her own sister. That's not easy to do.
Multiple times.
Yeah. So, but here's the funny thing about it. What did it take to beat the strong black woman? Think about it. What did it take to beat the strong black woman? Another young, hungry, strong black woman.
That's not the answer I thought you had. I like that answer, by the way.
That right there, and you guys can say what you want to, but now you guys are double shook because now you have an actual rivalry. You have the GOAT, you know what I'm saying, who may be eventually on her way to decline with a new up and coming on her way up.
Naomi Osaka.
Someone who
remember that name
up to Serena. But what are you guys trying to do with this young lady now? Before, she was the Haitian Japanese chick. Remember? But now that she's out there, now that she's visible, oh, the Japanese chick. They took away the Haitian. And to her credit, Naomi, I love you for this. Young lady, Naomi Osaka, I love you for this. She said, hey, hold up. You're not going to take one without the other. I was raised by a Haitian father. I was raised in a Haitian household. I am Haitian and Japanese.
That's what it is.
So she's acknowledging both. You are not going to do imitation of life on this young lady. Good job. Good on you. So what's going to happen basically now, you're going to have that rivalry. And I like that because it's good for it. Nobody's there to beat up tennis the way that Serena's doing it. But now you have somebody that's hungry, beautiful, and black.
And who's 2-0 career against Serena.
Mm-hmm.
So now when they play again, that's going to be a big draw there.
Oh yeah, because they want to see it.
Exactly.
They want to see it. You know, they try to.
Serena's coming for her this time.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
I'll put my money on Serena.
Sure
I'm putting a lot of money on Serena.
I mean, but that's what you want.
Exactly.
That's what you want. You know, you want that rivalry.
Yes.
But if you know,
yeah, Serena's just running through everybody.
There's no. How can I explain it? There's a mutual respect within the rivalry. There's not a, I'm calling her names or I'm going to bash her or anything of that nature.
No. Osaka admitted to Serena being her idol. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think that's when Serena held it and said that real nice thing I said where she goes, you guys are taken away from this young lady's day.
Yep.
Which I love that she said that.
Class.
Yes.
So
that was class.
What I would stop doing, number one, don't boycott Serena. You guys have already fined her. Great. Okay, you did that. It is what it is. Was it warranted? No. Because those referees have been treated way worse than that. But what you see is, here comes that angry black girl from Compton. If you guys boycott, I'll say this. If the referees boycott Serena Williams, I would say boycott tennis altogether.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that. We're going
to
pitch that on the pickup show. They do that.
We just did.
No, I mean, really hard. Not like right now, we're just mentioning that we're going to do it hard. Every show we're going to mention that.
Okay.
Because that's foul. You can't do that, man. She didn't curse. She didn't use no type of curses. She did slam her racket. She got fined for that.
Oh, man.
All she says is you was a thief. I mean, those are words that children learn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just leave her like that. Leave the boycotting alone. You find her. Life moves on. That's just my opinion.
Well, what I'll say is
they should get rid of that umpire. How about that?
Congratulations, Naomi Osaka. Way to be classy, Serena. But you just know that you now have a younger version of you coming up. You have a young version of you coming up when you were coming up. Because before there was Serena, there was Venus. Venus was the first one to actually come out and was taken over.
Right.
So everybody was scared of Venus. But then in came Serena. And Serena, when she took it, she took it. And she took it and she held it and she continued to hold it. And they tried everything they could to break that woman. They tried everything they could to break Venus. They tried to say that their father was loud and obnoxious and things of that nature, but he was just being a good father who molded and invested in his children.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he didn't LeVar Ball them. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
And one thing I love about the sister, she's older than her, right?
Yeah, Venus is older.
What I love about Venus is like she lost multiple times to her sister, but yet she's her biggest fan. Well, and I know people might go, "You're supposed to." There's a lot of things that's supposed to happen that don't happen.
True.
So I'm gonna give her credit for that, like that father thing we spoke about. But I don't want to get back into that.
Please don't.
It's a whole other subject.
All right.
But I love the fact that she's the loudest. Mm-hmm. She's standing up. And I love that. That's family right there for real, man.
Well,
Salute to Venus for that. Even though
that's-
she beats you practically every time y'all play. Now, she ain't giving her no breaks.
Salted.
You would think, like, that's my sister, I might let her win today. That's not happening.
No.
Serena ain't having that.
I'll say like I said before. I mean, when it all boils down to it, it's played the same way. I mean, think about it. You know, tennis was predominantly, well, it ain't no predominantly. Tennis was a white man's sport. And I don't mean to make it this way, but it's true. Tennis was a white man's sport.
Sure, I used to put it back in the day. That's all you really see.
I mean, it was. Tennis was a white man's sport.
They had that brother, right? What was his name?
Enter Arthur Ashe.
There you go.
Arthur Ashe came into tennis, told tennis a new asshole. So what ended up happening, they said, you know what? We got to get rid of this man. He goes in for a blood transfusion and comes out with AIDS.
Wow.
That ends Arthur Ashe. So basically what we've been waiting for, what us have been waiting for, who's going to be the next Arthur Ashe? Who's going to be the next one to come out? Now we have him. They hate that. Tiger Woods, because golf was predominantly black. Tiger Woods came through.
Golf was white, you mean?
Well, you know what I meant. Yeah,
Okay,
golf was white. Tiger Woods comes through. What does he do? Took it over, killed it.
He tried to take him out, too.
Had everybody upset. But
they tried to take him out because he liked to
Tiger
fool
Woods
around
had
a
a
little bit.
sex problem. You know,
He liked to fool around a little bit, and they want to destroy his whole career for that.
But
You know
I mean,
what I'm saying?
it ain't been the same since. You know, so now they're making room for the other ones to come up.
Right.
Hockey. You know, there's a couple of blacks there.
Yeah, I've seen a couple brothers out there.
That is the natural, and I'm sorry, Chris. I know, but I'm sorry to say this. That is your fear. Your fear is every time that we do something that you do, we take it over, we do it better, and we take it to a whole nother level. The only thing we're not doing is that goddamn sailing. And that's, you know why? Because black people can't swim. I say that. Go down to Mississippi, go down to the East Coast, man. Black people can't swim, dog.
Now, you kind of like me. When you get on something, you run with it. Let's go back to Serena.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're running it. Now you talk about sailing and all.
No, I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure Serena can swim, but she's a black girl, so I'm pretty sure she ain't swimming after she get her hair done. But that's just what that is. You know, she get that hair perm. She ain't touching no water. But nah. With Serena, keep your head up. Keep your head up. Continue to do what you do. Handle yourself with class. Miss Naomi Osaka, continue to do what you do. Handle yourself with class. One thing they can't take away from you is who you are and what you've accomplished. They can try, but it ain't going to happen. You have a world of people that are standing behind you. Yeah. Both black, white, no matter what. But you do have your ignorance. Know that.
Does she have to make an apology?
No.
Okay.
No. There ain't no reason to apologize for
I'm just saying. I just thought that was
There's
part
no
of
reason to
fine.
apologize for being competitive. Point blank, period. Don't apologize for that. So, we wrapping it up, man. We about to get on out of here. Thank you for rocking with us, Al, man.
Yeah.
As normal, man. Yes, we did. Josh Williams, Big D from Big D's boxing page, man. It was great. Learned a lot about NASCAR today.
Oh,
man.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lit me up, man. I might be like a slight fan. Right?
No, I'm actually gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it because I want to see it. You know,
because he gave us the inside scoop. You know what I'm saying? So now I got a whole different perspective.
But I'm really gonna watch. I'm watching for his car. Be like, man, that's 90. Use it. You know, so do your thing out there, man. Good luck, man. Be safe on that track. Shouts out to Cece. You know, Cece.
All day.
You know, she's gonna be
little sis, little big sis,
as well as Boss Lady Crystal. She will be
Boss
at the race
Lady.
Too, so you know,
we love some boss ladies, don't we?
Well, she all right. Shouts out to Chi-Town, man, back there, man.
Yeah, he over there holding it down with us. Hot Wheels, shout out to Hot Wheels. Shout out to the Lower East Side, Vegas Strong, my wife Faith. I know you got that.
Oh, man, of course, man. Gardena from Raleigh Park, all the way out to the Fabulous 50s, baby. You know how we do. Mr. Johnson, get well. We see you in there. Praying for you, Mr. Johnson.
Pickup show.
See you next week.
Be right back.